Hey guys, welcome back to the Life Elevated Trailers YouTube channel. Behind me is our 4-season toy hauler. This is called the Freeride, this 28-footer. You can haul 5 sleds in this trailer and come all the way up to the mountain the night before, spend the night in the parking lot. And with what we figured out with tank heaters, solar panels, really good batteries, and good heaters, you can spend the night comfortably in this thing, use all the water, use the shower, use the toilet, and not have any issues. So stay tuned, I'll go through all that stuff with you in more detail. Thanks for tuning in, guys. All right, guys, here we are back at the shop. We just, as you saw, I was up in the mountains with this thing. I spent a bunch of nights up on the hill this year, snowmobiling out of this trailer, but I was showering in it, I was preparing all my food in it, and I was camping and sleeping comfortably. And it got, in Wyoming a couple times, down to -4. And we had all the water on, all the heaters on, and we were comfortable. We actually had to turn it down because we got too warm inside of this thing. So yeah, stay tuned in this video. I'm just gonna go over what we did to this to turn this into a 4 seasons toy hauler. If you want an in-depth walkthrough of a Freeride from front to back, in the description, there will be links to that. And then you can probably click a little pop-up here that's gonna pop up and you can watch a full walkthrough. This will just be the things I did to make this do all 4 seasons comfortably, and then a few little tips and tricks and things that I really like to add to mine to make it a little nicer, a little more user-friendly. So come on over and we'll go through it. All right, first things first, as I'm showing you this, I need you to keep in mind that this is a prototype. I've built all this stuff out, tested everything, gone back to the drawing board, figured out all the kinks and problems so that you won't have to. But with that in mind, this is a prototype, so a lot of this stuff is done at prototype fit and finish. But anyhow, this is conceptual. This is to show you what can be done. So right here we've got tank heaters, elbows on your gray pipe and black pipe, and then we have tank heaters on your gray and black tanks as well. What that does for you is even when it is super cold, -4 outside, you turn these puppies on and they keep your tanks or your pipes and your tanks heated so they don't freeze and crack. Come on up and I'll show you what we did inside to add more heat. All right, so the little tank heaters we just looked at, here's all the switches to control those. They can be put in toggle switches here, just right on your thing, and separate it out with as many as you want to control separately or put together. Before all you keyboard warriors get on here in the comments and talk about how there's rust underneath this trailer, I live in Utah. They salt the roads. I don't get under it and wash it after every time. The salt eats the paint. It's not a problem. It's just a part of living in Utah. Anyway, moving on. So what we did is we installed 2 17,000 BTU diesel heaters in this trailer, altitude compensating, so that as they go up the mountain, they reduce their fueling so they don't run too rich. And then up here in the gooseneck, you'll see I was able to add a 12-gallon tank. So we have 12 gallons of diesel in this tank, apart from the 80 gallons of regular gasoline that comes out of this hose on this trailer. With this 12-gallon tank right here, I can run the diesel heaters for 200 hours on low. That's both heaters running at the same time, 200 hours. The nice thing about that is that means one will run for 400 hours on 12 gallons of diesel. So if I just need to keep the trailer from freezing, I don't want to winterize it after I use it, I leave that one heater running, keeps the interior temperature of the trailer above freezing so that none of my water lines freeze in the trailer. Come inside, I'll show you where we installed them and how sleek it is. All right, so cool part about these trailers is you've got this step here in the front that has a lot of just empty space underneath it. So what I did is I pulled the step out and I added one diesel heater output right here and the other one right over here. Both diesel heaters are under this step, not facing each other. And then I put a cold air intake underneath them so they suck fresh air from outside and they don't overheat inside this step. And then you have 2 controllers right here to turn them on and off and monitor all their parameters. And then up by my bed over here, which I'll just grab one real quick, you've got remotes. So I can turn them up and down, on and off in the night without having to get out of bed. Normally I just leave these mounted to little Velcro strips right there so I can turn them off and on real easy from inside the trailer. So with those 2 furnaces plus the onboard furnace, I have almost 80,000 BTUs. I imagine that down to -30 or 40 is where this you would stay totally warm in here, because at -4, you only have to run the diesel heaters and you don't even run them on high to keep this trailer totally warm and comfortable to sleep in. All right, real quick too, these little vent boot and glove dryers that are for your houses, just stick over the registers, work awesome to put inside your Freeride where you don't have solid mounted boot and glove dryers. Stick those things on the floor in front of the vents, let the air pass through them. They dry your boots and gloves awesome. And they're removable. So in the summer, when you're using it for your other sports, you don't have boot and glove dryers hanging everywhere that you don't want. The next thing I did are these ski glides on the floor. Jace walks backward, you'll see we've got ski glides through the whole trailer. I installed these with 4 tiny screws. The reason I did that is because in the summer, I don't want these in here on the floor. So in the summer, I take them out, I label them where they were in the trailer so that I know where they go again. And that way I just put the same exact little holes in the floor. It's almost not noticeable. I use tiny screws, and then I can 4-season this and optimize it. Once I'm done sledding, these come out, and then it's set up for summer. So as you can see, the 4-season package is very simple. It's just adding an alternative heat source, like a couple diesel heaters, and then adding tank heaters to the trailer so that you can keep all your water warm. Super simple in theory, but a lot of testing went into this to make sure that it's going to work flawlessly for you when we put it in your trailer. Now I'm going to go into tips and tricks and things that I've done to my trailer or added to it that I really like that have enhanced my experience quite a bit. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a list of everything I like to do, and then we'll look at all the parts individually. First thing is a keypad on the door. Second thing is a digital thermostat. Third, lithium-ion batteries. Fourth, more solar on the roof. Fifth, I love a really good inverter to power off the batteries. Shocker hitch on the front. And I think that's it. Maybe I missed one thing, but those are the things that I really like. The battery monitor. Duh, I knew I was missing something. And a battery monitor, so I know how much is going in and out of my batteries at any given time. So yeah, let's look at all those things and go from there. All right, first things first, I like to leave my keys in the trailer. I don't like to take them up the mountain. Push and hold lock. That thing locks. Enter your code. It unlocks. Leave your keys in it. All right, this is a battery monitor from Renogy, and I have Renogy self-heating lithium-ion batteries in this. That means that when it gets too cold, they have a heater inside them that turns on so they can charge even in really cold temperatures. This tells you the percentage of your battery bank. There's 3 lithium-ion batteries in this. It will last 1 day and 7 hours at an 8-amp draw. With the lights on and everything, I'm losing 8 amps right now. And then there's 3 switches in this that I could have put these tank heaters into. In the prototyping, I want them separate, but we'll just install your tank heaters right into this so you get this super clean look if you do the battery monitor. I love this thing. It makes it, you don't worry about your batteries ever because you know exactly where they are at all times. All right, the digital thermostat. And you'll be like, oh yeah, it's just a digital thermostat. It's not. That's part of the reason we test everything here at Life Elevated. 99% of digital thermostats, when they get down to 34 degrees, they stop working. This one works. As cold as it gets, it just works and turns on. So there's a lot of stuff in here that we've done extensive testing on that you wouldn't realize unless you knew that this is the only one that works well in really cold temperatures. In the non-prototype trailers, we put this inverter underneath the cabinet in there. But I love a good inverter because it allows you to pull energy out of your batteries, change it to 110, and power your 110 appliances without having to start your generator. Last thing I really like are these shocker hitches. It takes all the chucking out of the trailer when you're towing it and gives you this smooth, kind of buttery ride as you go over really rough roads that would normally have you being jerked around in your truck. All right, guys, as you can see, we're enthusiasts here at Life Elevated Trailers. We use the trailers. We prototype stuff. We're constantly evolving, adapting, trying new products, seeing what's cutting edge to help you have the best experience. So again, this is the 4-season edition. We do it here in-house as far as adding the tank heaters, the diesel heaters to this thing and some of the drying to make it so you can use it round just all seasons here in Utah and not have to put it away at any point. And then the little tips and tricks, things that I like that we do, all the stuff we do here is the keyless entry, the digital thermostats, the shocker hitches, lithium-ion batteries, adding more solar to the trailer, on and on and on. We can do almost anything you want here. We've got a bunch of free rides in stock right now. So if this is something that interests you that would make your camping experience, make it justifiable where you know you can use it year round, give us a call. We'll be happy to help you out.